Faith and diplomacy. You can't think of two things more further apart. One is rooted in culture and belief. The other is all about logic and hard calculations. Yet they have always intersected. India has been trying to perfect this powerful cocktail. How? By using its ancient ties with Buddhism. New Delhi is currently hosting a very important event, the Global Buddhist Summit. And the attendance is impressive. 30 foreign ambassadors, 171 foreign delegates, and 150 Indian Buddhist organizations. The idea is not just to showcase the values of Buddhism, because those are already common knowledge. The idea is to marry those values with present challenges, whether it's war and aggression, or sustainable growth, or technological progress. Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered an address on the first day of the summit. He said that Buddha's teachings offer solutions to world problems. Listen to this.
आधुनिक विश्व की ऐसी कोई समस्या नहीं है जिसका समाधान सैकड़ों वर्ष पहले बुद्ध के उपदेशों में हमें प्राप्त न हुआ हो। आज दुनिया जिस युद्ध और अशांति से पीड़ित है, बुद्ध ने सदियों पहले इसका समाधान दिया था।
Now, this is a Buddhist gathering, so the obvious question is, where is the world's top Buddhist leader, the Dalai Lama? He's expected to attend day 2 of the summit. That's tomorrow. And rest assured, China will blow a fuse. In 2011, the Dalai Lama had addressed a similar gathering in New Delhi, and Beijing was furious. They cancelled border talks with India soon after. So expect a similar tantrum tomorrow. The Chinese are like the Grinch during Christmas. A, they won't attend the summit themselves. And B, they won't let the Dalai Lama attend it either. Not a single Chinese monk has come to New Delhi. You see, there are two battles playing out here. One is over the Dalai Lama in Tibet, and the second is over the larger Buddhist world. Who gets to lead and shape that world, India or China? That is the contest. Now, first, let me tell you why this battle is important. Buddhism is the 4th largest religion in the world. Around 500 million people practice it. Countries like Cambodia, Thailand, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Laos are Buddhist majority. Others like South Korea and Malaysia have a sizable Buddhist population. Now notice where these countries are located. Southeast and Eastern Asia, the same region that China wants to dominate. It tells you why a communist, atheist regime like China suddenly loves Buddhism. The problem is, China's Buddhism is political. It's about narrative, not faith. It's linked to controlling and dominating the Tibetan population. Hence the problem with the Dalai Lama, and by extension, the problem with India. For Beijing, Buddhism is the means to an end, and that end is appointing its own successor to the Dalai Lama. What about India? For New Delhi, the Dalai Lama isn't just a religious leader, he's also a strategic leverage. In 2011, the Dalai Lama was invited to speak despite protests from China. Same in 2023, the Dalai Lama has been invited despite the expected blowback. India, and that's one part of India's calculations, but the second one is equally important. Yes, the Buddha was born in modern-day Nepal, but he lived most of his life in India. His first sermon was in India. His enlightenment, even his final days. And that's something New Delhi can capitalize on. Basically, brand itself as the cradle and home of Buddhism. How do you do that? By boosting religious tourism, exchanging scholars and students, investing in Buddhist organizations abroad. In a nutshell, do what China can't do. Generate goodwill. The government is already working in this direction. In 2016, the Buddhist Circuit project was announced. It follows the path of the Buddha. Starts off in Lumbini, heads to Bodh Gaya and Bihar, then Sarnath, Kushinagar, and so on. 21 states are covered in this circuit. It already has 4 international airports and 2 domestic ones. The next step, of course, is to market it, to make it known to the Buddhist world, to get millions of Buddhists to visit India, because nothing influences policies like people.